I help my clients scale their medical practice to multiple seven figures. I've also helped them add $1 million to their bottom line within 6 months. My clients were stuck at low seven figures, and this is how I helped them get to multiple seven figures in a short amount of time. Do you run a practice that owns you instead of you owning the practice? Let me show you how to achieve time freedom, let the practice run without you, and increase your enterprise value so you can sell it to private equity for multiple millions. Are you successful in a clinical practice, but you're handcuffed by the practice? Let me show you how you can break these handcuffs by unlocking time freedom, geographic freedom, and true financial freedom so you can become an owner instead of an operator. Started my career as a cardiologist, and I thought this is my dream job. The problem was I was capped on income. I didn't have the free time to spend with my family and friends. And I was not doing things that were really fulfilling because I was really reacting to the disease state versus trying to reverse the origin of the disease. And so I made a bold decision to start my own practice, and I made it a cash-based practice. And I was able to take this to seven figures. Many of my friends and clients were like, hey, how did you do that? And so I began helping my friends and fellow physicians achieve multiple seven figures. Here's how I did it. When these guys came to me, they were typical physicians. We think we're business owners, but really we're really self-employed. If you remember Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, we're just one step above employee, right? We are employed by ourselves. So these guys had no business systems, no operations, and really the secret sauce was themselves. So if they stopped working, income stopped. What I did was I showed them a 5-step framework in order to make their company actually become a true business and institutionalize it and make it where it can run even without them. So number one is you need to create a CEO dashboard. This is critical if you want to understand the intricacies of your business. It's almost like you're flying an airplane and you need to know that dashboard. You need to know the altimeter. You need to know the speed. Hence, you need to know these KPIs, key performance indicators. So that's how many patients were seen this week, how much revenue was collected, revenue per employee. This is how many leads converted into actual clients or patients. All of these things can live on a dashboard that your team can update. And then weekly, you adjust your company, your ad spend, your marketing, your resource utilization of your team to optimize these numbers. And the next key strategy to help you get multiple seven figures is a business operating system. So you can use something like Traction by Gino Wickman, EOS model. Number 2 is Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. And number 3 is E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. It doesn't matter what you choose. You need a system, an operating system for your clinic and your practice to succeed. And the next key strategy, you want to analyze all the clinical services you provide to your clients and patients and customers and do an 80-20 analysis. So for example, some of my clients are plastic surgeons or oculoplastic surgeons. And so they have a hybrid practice. They have, half insurance and half cash-based. What we did was we made a list of all their services that they offer and did something called an income to time ratio. What provided the most income with the least amount of time? And we started doubling down on those and started jettisoning or releasing the lower ratio tasks and services. And what happened was their income skyrocketed without much change in effort and much change in how many team members they had. For example, one of my plastic surgeon clients, he specializes in rhinoplasties. That surgery, which is essentially a nose job, is his highest income. And I think he was getting $10,000 a surgery. A lot of the other surgeries he's doing, including Botox, fillers, facelifts, those were earning maybe $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. And so if we focused all his energies on doing more and more rhinoplasties, it takes 2 hours to do, but he gets the most income from that. And he's actually very good at it, and he's known in his field for his rhinoplasties. And so 80-20ing this allowed him to increase his revenue by several $100,000 per month. And if you multiply that out by 12 months, that's easily an extra 7 figures. The next key critical component for you to achieve multiple 7 figures in your clinical practice is team. And it's team, delegation, optimization, and recruitment. So many times you are the bottleneck of your own business as an owner, as a clinician, as a physician. So how do you compensate for this or how do you overcome this? You start bringing on team members. The first person that's really, really important is you want to bring on a scribe. There's digital scribes, there's AI scribes, and there's in-person scribes. The in-person scribes are my favorite because essentially you can increase RVUs or your number of patients you see by 20 to 30 to 40%. Number two, your documentation gets done by the end of the day and there's no long pajama time where at home you're finishing your notes. And number three, you're super efficient. Once that happens, the next person you want to bring on to your team is a PA or NP. These are called APPs or physician extenders. A nurse practitioner or a physician assistant will now unload you from clinic. There's a lot of patients you do surgeries on or procedures on or you see once as a new consult, but afterward, a follow-up can be done by these extenders. And what that does is it allows you to go after highest use of your time, which is new consults, new procedures, and things that bring in the most amount of income. The next person you want to bring on is a practice manager. This is a person sort of your right hand. There's a phenomenal book called Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman. He talks about a visionary, which is a person who starts a business, is the founder, and has all the ideas. But you need an implementer, an executor, which we call an integrator. And so this could be a practice manager, a COO, an operations manager. But this person makes sure all the trains are running on time. This is critical for you to really, really take half your brain and not have to worry about day-to-day operations any longer because that's slowing you down. And the final person you want to bring on is another physician. This then gets rid of the bottleneck of you. There's only a certain number of procedures you can do. There's only a certain number of hours in the day. But now you've essentially doubled it with bringing a second person on. And the fear is, oh, what if I can't afford him? Oh, what if I don't have the volume or the business? And so pay attention because my fifth framework will actually show you how we're going to overcome that problem. So in summary, scribe, PA or NP, operations manager, and an additional physician. And the fifth and final framework is marketing. You want to become so well known for what you do in your market. And so what that means is word of mouth, referrals, patient testimonials, websites, social media, something called ZocDocs, which allows people to find you online and book appointments directly. Next is having marketing funnels, social media funnels, Instagram, Facebook, where you're doing organic posts of your success or your results, and wining and dining, you're referring doctors and creating a KLT program, know, like, and trust program. If you do these things, you will literally blow up because no other physician does this kind of stuff. And the final bonus one, because I really want to over deliver here, is pricing. If you happen to be any kind of non-insurance model where you have insurance and then you have a cash pay, or you have insurance and you have a concierge component to your clinic, guess what? Raise your prices. You're like, raise my prices? Why would I do that? I may scare away my patients, my clients. But if you are delivering truly best in class and you are the Four Seasons or the Ritz-Carlton of your specialty, people don't mind paying for that additional value. So increase your prices. The moment you do that, that will automatically increase your revenue. Number two, the people who are already in your program, you can honor a traditional pricing. But the new people don't know any better, so they think this is the normal pricing. So this 5 steps plus the bonus of the pricing is how you can achieve multiple 7 figures in your clinic and break through that plateau. And guys, if you don't pay attention to anything else and you just follow that bonus number 6 pricing strategy, you can add an extra $600,000 to your bottom line within 30 to 60 days. No questions asked. So here's a recap. Number 1, you need a dashboard. Number 2, you need a business operating system. Number 3, you need to identify all your clinical services and do an 80-20 analysis. Number 4, you need to get the right team and start hiring people in the right sequence and order in order for you to bust through your bottlenecks and achieve your next level of wealth. And number 5 is get 6 to 7 streams of leads coming in through multiple channels of marketing. So you will be busy 3 months out, 6 months out waiting list. And the final bonus one is pricing. Learn to increase your pricing, perhaps even double your pricing for any of your cash-based practices. If you follow these 6 principles, you will achieve multiple 7 figures. And if you're interested in learning more about all of this, come join my coaching program, Limitless MD, where we help hold your hand and guide you through these business operational improvements and help you achieve that true freedom that you're looking for. And come attend my live events and retreats. We just came back from one in beautiful Austin, Texas, where we had 60 physicians, average income between $500,000 to $1 million, high level players who are there to learn from the best of the best and take their practice to the next level. You know, a lot of physicians come to me and they're surprised that it's this simple or that they can do this in their practice. And really, it's all about pattern recognition, understanding patterns of successful practices, and then utilizing those patterns in your practice is the key. So there are going to be nuances and challenges. I understand this may seem very simplistic or formulaic, but customization obviously is where the true implementation lies, and we can help you with that. So the plastic surgeon that I helped in California, we helped take their income from $3 million to $5 million plus in less than 12 months. So why not you? Let's go.